Welcome to Unleashed, a true crime podcast. Today I'm joined by PD.
What's up?
I don't know why I paused like for applause. Like you were going to clap for yourself.
I think half of your audience is applauding. Based off the Clue video comments, half of them are applauding, half of them don't like me.
Why wouldn't they like you?
Well, I think it's because I didn't put a ton of effort into my guesses in the Clue video.
But you won.
I did win. Some people thought it was funny, and then the other half is like, he didn't even try, which I thought was funny.
That is funny. No, you guys like him, right?
I hope so.
I don't have that kind of relationship with my audience. I don't usually talk to them like that.
Do you guys like me?
You guys? So usually what happens on this show is I tell a true crime story, and then the big reveal for my guest is that it's actually an episode of Scooby-Doo. But PD is already aware of that twist, so we're going to be doing something different tonight. I'm going to be telling you a story, and you, at the end of it, will have to decide whether you think that this story is a true crime case or if it's an episode of Scooby-Doo.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you a big Scooby-Doo person?
I was, when I used to watch Boomerang a lot.
Oh,
but it's been a while. Also, I mean, I'm not a huge murder person. I did listen to Last Podcast on the Left for a long time. So
I thought that was a political podcast for a long time.
Oh, like
Last Podcast on the left. All right, we're going to jump right in. I themed this one for you because you work at a restaurant.
Okay.
And this is a restaurant-themed crime. Let's just jump right in.
I've been a part of a few of those.
This video is sponsored by CyberGhost VPN. A VPN is essential for protecting your digital privacy. And with over 38 million users worldwide, CyberGhost is one of the most recommended VPNs on Trustpilot. More than 20,000 people have reviewed it excellent. And if you think that you're already covered because you only browse in incognito mode, you gotta get real. Your internet service provider, your school or work's IT department, your own home Wi-Fi router, the websites that you browse still know who you are and track your every move. If you want to put a stop to this invasion of privacy, what you need is CyberGhost VPN. Just turn on CyberGhost VPN before you browse. It encrypts and reroutes 100% of your traffic through their secure servers. It's all really simple, and CyberGhost has servers in over 100 countries, which means you will be covered almost anywhere. And it's not just about privacy. You can change your location with CyberGhost, and you can unblock libraries of over 40 different streaming services, including Netflix and Amazon Prime. The app is available for all operating systems and can protect up to 7 devices at the same time, keeping you anonymous around the clock. Right now is the best time to get a VPN. And by using the link in the description, you benefit from an 84% discount, and you get 4 months free. And since they have a 45-day money-back guarantee and access to 24/7 customer support, everything is risk-free for you. So use the link in the description, get CyberGhost VPN, and start protecting your digital life today. Now, let's get back to the video. It's March 1st, 2012. 2 employees at a Burger King in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina are working their shift.
Okay, so it's not Scooby-Doo because Scooby-Doo has never taken place in Myrtle Beach.
This feels like a great time for me to let you know I can change as many details about this story as I want. It has been manipulated heavily, so it's not going to be easy to figure out if it's Scooby-Doo or a real true crime case.
But has Scooby-Doo ever taken place in Myrtle Beach?
Scooby-Doo took place at a place called Crystal Cove once.
Close enough.
Which is similar.
Was the water green?
It was.
Okay, then yeah.
One of the employees at the Burger King, he was like the manager at the time, kinda. Basically, he was just in charge of closing up. So in the back, he had to count out the registers for the day. Have you ever had a job like that where you had to count out the registers?
No, they don't. Nobody trusts me with money.
I had to do when I worked at Walmart in high school. There was a period of time where I worked at the gas station at Walmart. And at night, my job was to like count out all the money, and you do it all by hand and in your head. One of the last customers of the day, she said she was with a popular local food blog called the Dirty Myrtle Munchies. It's a blog where they go around and they review all of the local seafood spots and the bars and that kind of thing. But she tells them that they are doing an article about the best fast food restaurants in the area. Now, the employee working the front was kind of new and didn't really know what to do about that kind of thing. So he goes to the back and he tells the other employee who's counting out the registers. That employee is like, dude, this is a great opportunity. Because if they write a good article, we'll probably get a raise for bringing in all this new business. So they just start making a bunch of items from the menu, and then they give it to the woman from the Dirty Myrtle Munchies blog. They make a bunch of stuff like the onion rings, the chicken fries, the mozzarella sticks, a Whopper, all that stuff. And then while they're in the kitchen, one of them looks over at the bulletin board in the kitchen, which is like, I guess they had a place where they put reminders and important stuff, which do you guys have something like that at your job?
No, not really. We don't.
Is it all digital?
Yeah, it's all on a group chat.
Nice. So it's like, hey, don't forget, close the freezer.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, they had a little bulletin board, and on the bulletin board is a picture of this woman that they have just given all this food to. And under her picture, written in Sharpie, is "Do not give food." So now they're panicking because they're like, "Oh, we're about to get fired over this."
So Dirty Myrtle Munchies is a scam.
It's heavily implied, and this is a good time for me to point something else out, which is everything I've said so far was put together by the authorities based on the testimonies of the two employees after they were arrested.
Okay.
So we can't be super sure that they're telling the truth about every detail.
Because they're probably potheads, you know.
Probably. There's no security footage for a reason that comes up later. And so we really just kind of taking their word in their deposition and kind of what they told the police.
Okay. I believe them.
It's implied that the Dirty Myrtle Munchie was a blog that this lady was just using to go around and get free food.
And do we know if they bothered to Google this to see if it existed?
I don't believe so, because they made her a bunch of stuff. So I imagine if they looked into it, they probably wouldn't have. But we don't have all the details on that kind of thing. They give her the food. After they realize they're not supposed to give her food, they're panicking. They think they're about to get fired. And so they just kind of go, you know what? Screw it. Let's just spit in her food and give her the last item, you know? And they do. They spit on it. They drop it on the floor.
That's pretty messed up.
I
don't believe them anymore.
And then they give her the last item, which I believe was a Whopper. They give her the food, and then this is where it gets, call it divine intervention, call it karma.
So they give her the floor spit Whopper.
Yeah, and she starts to choke.
Okay.
The guys are not even paying attention at this point. They're back in the kitchen laughing because they just gave this woman a spit floor burger, and they're just trying to decide if they should just quit now or just wait to see if the management even notices, because the register isn't going to come up short because they didn't ring up the food in the register, but they did use the supplies and everything to make the food. So they're just trying to figure out if maybe they could get away with it or they just need to bail now. And then they look back into the seating area, and the woman is on the floor dead.
From the spit Whopper?
From choking. So she choked to death. And there's nothing to incriminate the two employees because them spitting on the food didn't cause her to choke.
Do we know that?
I mean,
could have.
I guess we don't, but it's just kind of a freak accident, right?
Yeah. So they do something horrible. They come back. She's dead.
Yes. They panic.
I think I would too.
They take her body, throw it in the back seat of one of their cars, and they drive her out to the marshy area near Myrtle Beach.
Oh, this is like a David situation. D4 vid.
Oh, yeah.
In the back of my mind, Burger King lady died. So they're driving Burger King lady.
Yeah, they're going to try and bury her in the marsh. Now, I thought this was a funny little tidbit. They were asked by the authorities after the fact why they went through the trouble of trying to bury her body when they could have just tossed her body in the ocean. And they said the thought never occurred to them.
But the body isn't theirs to deal with in the first place. I mean, if the Whopper did not cause it.
Right.
So this is just, they're panicked. And they're like,
well, I mean, she choked on the Whopper, but they just panicked, I think.
Yeah, that's a user error. And I don't think that's a
100%.
crime.
No, like they would have been fine if they just called the authorities.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this and you gave them food, they died, and then you're like, what do I do now?
Call the cops.
Call the cops.
He does it all the time.
Yeah.
This is where things escalate even further. While they're digging a hole to put the body in, the woman wakes up. She had passed out from the lack of oxygen from the food in her throat, but at some point in her body being transported, the food dislodged and she was able to breathe again. So she eventually, her body got enough oxygen, woke her up. She wakes up. These two guys are standing over her, digging a hole in the middle of the night in the marsh of Myrtle Beach. She's in a bad spot. The two guys once again panic because they're for sure going to jail now.
And they hit her with a shovel.
They hit her with a rock.
Okay, I was close.
They pick up a rock and bash her in the head with it. Then, because they're freaked out, they just hastily toss her body into the hole that they weren't even finished digging. So half of her body is sticking out. By the way, they didn't dig this way. She's vertical.
She's not landscape. She's vertical.
Not hamburger. Ironically, she's hot dog.
I don't know. I think if I was in this situation, I would have taken that moment to be like, hey, so crazy situation we're in right now. You're alive now. We didn't think you were.
Let's just call it a day.
Yeah, let's go back to Burger King.
Well, you
got
have all the free food you want.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you're going to jail for sure.
Yeah, it would be tough to explain to somebody why they're being buried.
Yeah, 100 poorly buried.
Yeah.
In the marsh, not even in the ocean. They just run out of there. This is where one of the guys starts to get cold feet. He's like, well, maybe we should just turn ourselves in. This is crazy. I can't believe we just did this. The other one gets stern. He's like, we are not going to tell anybody about this ever. The secret goes with us to the grave. They get back to their car, and when they turn the headlights on their car, you can clearly see the woman's body hanging out of the hole from the road.
Yikes.
So they're like, well, this isn't going to work because they're going to have to find somewhere else to bury it. They're going to be seen immediately. So they run up, they grab the body, they toss it back into the trunk of their car. And now the body is soaking wet, covered in mud, bleeding from the head wound. Right after they get the body in the trunk, a security officer walks up to them. They're like, this is it. Game over. We had a good run. The security guard was just asking for a ride. His car broke down. He couldn't get service to call for help. So he's like, hey, is it cool if you guys give me a ride somewhere? They try to act cool. They let the security guard ride in their car back to the Burger King because they didn't lock up and they didn't close up properly, and the other dude's car is still there. They get to the Burger King. The security guard's ride is going to meet him there.
Where's the body at this point?
In the trunk.
Okay.
The security guard's ride is going to meet him
in the back of my car.
The security guard's ride is going to meet him there, right? So he's just hanging out in the Burger King kind of lobby area waiting. One of the guys is trying to distract him, just kind of keep him busy, while the other one goes to the trunk, gets the body out, starts bringing the body around to the back of the Burger King, tries to put her in the back of the restaurant. Door's locked. So he has to leave the body there, just laying in the back of the restaurant, walks all the way around to the front so that he can go and unlock the back door. While he's in there, something happens. What do you think happens next?
All the lights go out.
That would be fun.
No, what happens?
Is that it? That's all you got? Is the lights go out?
I don't.
No. They're all inside. The woman
guy
wakes up.
and a mask appears. If this Scooby-Doo.
Oh, and then 4 teenagers and a dog show up. While they're all inside, the woman wakes up again.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been a good guess.
She stumbles hysterically into the front of the store. The security guard immediately jumps up to help her.
You think it's funny? It's hysterical that she stumbled?
The security guard immediately jumps up to help her. She tells him everything right there in front of the other 2 guys that did this.
So even after all this trauma and shock, she has the wherewithal to be like, hey, I was trying to write a food vlog.
Well, I don't think she went
crazy
into
people killing me.
I don't think she went into all of the details, but she essentially tells them they tried to kill her and bury her body. The 2 guys tried to run. Security guard pulls out his gun, arrests them right there on the spot. And that is the true crime case. Now, it is up to you, PD. Do you think that this is a true crime case, or do you think this is an episode of Scooby-Doo?
Okay, so the 2 guys that you described, very, very stupid.
Yes.
Something that I've noticed in looking up serial killers and murderers and criminals is people romanticize them as these geniuses when in reality they're just impulsive morons.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe that this could be true.
Because it's so dumb. But do you think it could be a little too cartoonish?
But I was about to say, it's so dumb that, because these guys they've never done a murder or anything, but they find this woman who's choked on the food, and they're like, you know what? the obvious next step here is to go bury her in the woods somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think I forgot to bring this up. They do have previous charges, drug charges.
Drug charges.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that makes them, violent potentially, unless it was meth charges.
Very political answer of you.
Could have
Drugs
been.
Don't necessarily make you violent.
Yeah, because I'm running for president, and I want the pot vote.
I'd vote for you, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're not old enough.
I will be though. I'm gonna
You hope.
unless I go to Burger King trying to write a vlog. This is also in what year was this?
This is 2012.
2012. This
Prime
would be
blogging
I was about
time.
to say this is around the time when something titled Dirty Myrtle Munchies would be popular.
100%.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I'm going to say, because I mean it's so easy to say this is Scooby-Doo. I think it's real. I think Dirty Myrtle Munchies and the two moron criminals and the security, I think it all happened. And I'm trying to come up with like reasons for why.
It's okay if you don't really have much reason, because I see where you're coming from. It's easy because it's so cartoonish to just say, well, it's Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring up some counterpoints for why it might not be Scooby-Doo, which is there's no detective characters.
That's true.
There's no like people trying to solve this mystery. It's not much of a mystery at all.
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And how long did it take to get this confession out of them?
Well, they were. I don't know all the details because I stopped researching at that point. But they were arrested. All of the information that is available from the true crime case comes from their confession, because there was no security footage because they deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
There was no eyewitnesses other than the security guard, and he didn't show up until the end. And then the victim was unconscious for most of it. So it's really just their account of what happened.
And if this was a Scooby-Doo episode, it'd be a pretty brutal Scooby-Doo episode, unless you really true crimed it up for me.
Which I've been known to do.
You know what? I'm locking it in. It really happened. I'm going to believe her story.
All right. Well, would you like to know the craziest part about this story that I purposely let up?
And what is that?
I changed a key detail about this story. It did not take place at a Burger King. It took place at the Krusty Krab.
Wait a second. You had me thinking Scooby-Doo the whole time. And I'm like, no, this doesn't seem like a Scooby-Doo.
The health inspector episode.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
You can visualize the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
I was so worried. We talked about Spongebob this morning.
We did?
Yeah, as we were leaving the studio, because you said you always wanted to do a SpongeBob podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is this going to be way too obvious? Because you're a big SpongeBob guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is going to be way too obvious. So I changed it from a health inspector to a food blog that I made up. Tell me what you were thinking through that. Like, were you at all suspicious that it was anything other than Scooby-Doo or true crime?
No, I was like, these are the two things. It's either this or that. And this can't possibly be taking place underwater.
Even though I did give you a beach setting that you would be familiar with.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach. I was thinking of green water, not like Goo Lagoon, which is a nice dark blue.
Yeah, I was really curious if you were going to, if I gave you enough of like, it takes place near a beach. I mean, I even said the Whopper instead of the Krabby Patty. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I gave you a lot. I was really worried that you were going to nail it almost immediately.
I was just thinking Chase is going to give me something so ridiculous that it's going to be real. That there's like, I'm going to be thinking the whole time, there's no way this is real. It can't add up. These criminals are too dumb. But when you said SpongeBob, it's like my soul left my body a little bit, and I got freaking bamboozled.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what this whole show is just tricking people.
Yeah, but I thought that this is going to be the trick was that you're trying to trick me, and that I got it right because it wasn't a trick. This is messed up. This is psychological manipulation with Chase.
Yeah. I'm like in Practical Jokers if it was just all gaslighting. And just one white guy.
Yeah, they only did the gaslighting behind the scenes.
Hey, Joe, don't hate me. Hey, nobody send this to Joe. There was a moment in the story that I was really afraid you were gonna be like, wait a minute, I know this. And that was the spitting on the sandwich, dropping it on the floor. Because the bulk of that SpongeBob episode is them just messing up that hamburger, that Krabby Patty.
Like, it's been a long time since I've seen Scooby-Doo. Also been a long time since I've watched a full episode of SpongeBob. I know some adults do that regularly, but I watch reality television and I watch sports.
That's right.
That's about it.
PD is one of the co-hosts of the Survivor show that we do. It's called Making the Merge. Link down below. If you want to see more of our dynamic, we do stuff right now.
I don't know if your fans will. I think your fans are gonna be like, this guy, he came onto that Clue video. He didn't even try, but he still won. And then he got it wrong on the SpongeBob true crime.
No, man, everybody gets
hour.
it wrong. I think that's
the goal for you is to.
Oh,
it has to. Like, nobody can win.
The goal at this point isn't even to like make it Scooby-Doo. It's just to trick my guess.
How about for the next one? So you're doing the whole setup and everything, and then a crime happens in the studio.
That's
like
a
you
fun
hire
idea.
some people to come in and
like rob this place while we're recording.
That would be fun.
That's actually a really good idea. Can I get you to be the person that comes in here and robs it?
No, I don't want to get assaulted.
Well, it would just be me and you. And I'll make sure that the guest is someone nonviolent.
Okay.
I'll get a pacifist guest.
Get Bran back in.
No,
here.
Bran would definitely defend his studio. He's one of the network heads. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Follow PD. Links down below for PD.
Follow me and stream Charlie XCX.
That's still my banner, by the way.
Oh, really?
I went to change it the other day, and I was like, I can't even think of what to change it to.
I thought it was hilarious because right after you did that, she got in a big beef with Taylor Swift, and I was like, oh, I made it look like Chase is picking a side.
Sure, I'll take her side.
Yeah.
I'm not a Taylor Swift person.
It's like, do you want to be on Team Boring Barbie or Team Cokehead? I think we all want to be on Team Cokehead.
I just wanted to jump back in here and say thanks so much to CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. Do not forget to click the description link to get a special discount. With CyberGhost VPN, you can protect your privacy and get access to tons of streaming libraries for just $2.03 a month.